If you hover to pee, for the love of God, Cthulhu, Zeus, Odin, and Bob Ross, please wipe the toilet seat when you are done. Like y'all hover people are creating the problem you are avoiding, and I'm tired of wiping pee when my bladder is already bursting. Also the super hydrated people leaving clear pee drops, so then occasionally I get a wet but from someone else's pee. Like I just wanna not deal with this. Please wipe the seat after you're done, I'm tired. Edited some words because I was walking and typing. I can't spell when I do that. Like y'all hover people are creating the problem you are avoiding. I want this written on every bathroom stall door in the entire fucking universe. Honestly, it's sad that this sort of stuff has to be said. People are disgusting when it comes to public spaces. I doubt or at least hope they do that in their homes. I love every single one of you. Signed, someone who sat in piss yesterday and cried a little. P.S. If your b-hole or your v-hole are touching the seat, you're doing it wrong. Grow the fuck up and pee like an adult. I find it's messier to hover or fumble with laying toilet paper on the seat than it is to just sit my ass down. If everyone's legs are covered by pants all day, how gross could it be? Cooches and assholes don't touch the seat. And it's very unlikely someone's gonna have a splattery, explosive diarrhea in the exact stall you're gonna use, before you. Do people still hover? Sheesh. I've noticed in more than one public restroom that when the toilets get flushed, water is sprayed everywhere, so it might not actually be pee intentionally left there for you. Still gross, but not malicious. Even if you didn't hover, turn around and look at the seat. It's not uncommon for some of those commercial blaster toilets to throw water up onto the seat when flushing. If you're a good person, you'll wipe that down, too. I once asked a lady to come back to the stall and wipe the seat she had peed on. She did, and now I hope she'll always look before she leaves. Stealing for the love of Cthulhu and Bob Ross. People who hover scare me, like the pelvic floor dysfunction will be next level from regular hovering. Dude. I sat in someone's pee in a hospital bathroom today. WTF, wipe the seat if you pee on IT, sickos. I hate that some people hover, creating the very problem they are aiming to avoid. Anyone who does that is a disgusting, inconsiderate asshole. Good God, no one wants to feel that cold feeling of wetness as collateral damage from an aerial assault on a toilet seat. If you hover, you should raise the toilet seat first like men who stand do. But really, you should not hover. Your pelvic floor will thank you. I put signs up in the ladies' room at my office, wipe the seat you savage. I'm shocked the building manager didn't take them down. They've been up for 4 years. If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seat. I hover in public, but I put the seat completely up first. Also, if you hover when you pee, please know that it is actually terrible for your pelvic floor health. If you are going to hover anyway, why not just lift the damn seat up? Some people really don't even think of this. Lift the seat. The way guys do. Then wipe up the mess on the lower level. Thou shalt not take Bob Ross' name in vain. Always courtesy check the seat before you leave. Wipe as needed. Easier to clean your own mess. Sucks to clean someone else's. I'm a sitter, and there is nothing worse than sitting at someone's cold piss except maybe sitting in their warm piss. And absolutely, sometimes it's clear and not very visible, especially to my 50-year-old eyes. Like, put down a TP seat liner if you're that worried about sitting on it, but sit down and spare your muscles, your bladder, and my ass. Hovering is also bad for your pelvic floor. I had no idea that was why pee was on the seats. I just kept thinking, like, how? I feel so foolish. Just as a PSA, hovering is actually really bad for you. It can just obliterate your pelvic floor. Also, putting toilet paper down is also really bad. Toilet paper is really good at holding onto bacteria and all that fun stuff. Toilet seats are designed to be self-sterilizing, so just sit down, it's actually the cleanest thing to do. I am seriously thinking about making a sign at work. I'm so tired of dealing with this. Sitting on droplets of piss is the worst feeling. Your thighs feel gross and sticky and can't do anything about it cause it's a public restroom. Hovering is a tall woman's luxury. Some of us have no choice but to sit. I've never understood the hovering to pee idea because every time I tried I would get splashback and then I would have dirty toilet water and my own pee up sprinkled upon my butt cheeks. Sitting on my own hands made more sense because I could wash my hands. I didn't see how I was going to wash my butt cheeks at the sink in a socially acceptable way. The call is coming from inside the house. The dirty toilet seat you don't want to touch? It's dirty because of hover peeing. Tale as old as time. Or at least the time of public toilets. Way back when there were signs up if you sprinkle when you tinkle please be neat and wipe the seat. And then if you sit, we can all sit. Now I just want to put up on that says wipe the fucking seat you filthy bitch. Better yet, if you're going to pee like a boy, lift the seat like a boy. People are pigs. I had someone over once and they literally hover pissed on my home toilet seat. I don't understand why they don't just use seat covers toilet paper on the seat. Most public bathrooms have no toilet lids, and most people don't use the lids that do exist, so bodily fluid particles are all over the toilet seat anyway. If you hover to pee, then you should be lifting the seat. My work has an employee-only bathroom and like 8 employees. New girl hovers, ask me how I know. Opens door to bar, maybe 2 if there's a storm door, usually with handle sits at bar, touches bar, may even fumble around with bare hands under bar trying to find purse hangs, touches menus, picks up phone and puts back down on bar repeatedly my but where another but was? No way I could never. There needs to be a wider PSA that hovering while peeing is also bad for your pelvic floor. Maybe that will finally solve the problem because people are too selfish to change for other people, only for the betterment of themselves unfortunately. I always say, if you can't sit like a lady, lift the seat. Preach those wee sprinkling, hoverers are a problem. All the people who hover swear they're the exception that doesn't piss on the seat. They don't realize they are doing it, but they are. It's so gross and disrespectful. Hovering is trashy. If you have time to use the bathroom, you have time to clean the toilet seat. Lift the seat if you are going to hover. For those who are, for whatever reason, unwilling to wipe their own pee, lift the toilet seat instead. You're already hovering, so you really don't need the seat down. Keeps it clean for others. Hoverers should get designated stalls where they can pee all over the seat if they please. I hate hoverers. I just remind myself that they're fucking over their own pelvic floor and will have to continue to need to pee way more often than the sensible people for the rest of their lives. Makes me feel a little better about it anyway. A bit karmic. If I can deduce how you, a grown adult, use the toilet after you have left the stall, either something has gone horribly wrong or you are a terrible person. There is no other explanation. Place toilet paper on the seat. That's what I do. If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seat eye. The same goes for people who use their shoe to flush via the handle cause toilet handles are dirty. You're the ones putting dirty shoes on them. If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be sweet and wipe the seat. I'm about 2 years into my transition and go in the ladies. I'm not very good at the hovering thing, so I just sit. I thought I was leaving the land of nasty toilet seats behind when I left the world of men. Sitting on someone's pee is a part of being trans I would rather avoid. I now wipe the seat every time just as a precaution,